What's the ideal time for smashing? What's the ideal duration that smashing should last? It should be any time from 3 minutes to 13 minutes, and anything more than that is just you doing extra and trying to show yourself. What's the ideal smashing time or smashing duration? How long do you think a man should go? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes before he's considered a real man? Now, a lot of women are quick to say, oh, he's a 2 minutes man because he lasted for only 2 minutes. A lot of women are fond of saying that, especially our Nigerian women, sorry to say. But like, girls are quick to judge and say, oh, if he's not firing like a horse, then he's not a real man, or he's not strong enough and all of that. But is that really the case? Is that really the case? Now, when it comes to smashing, there is no one rule for everybody. All right, everybody is different. Your partner is different from your friend's partner, and why some girls will expect you to go for multiple hours, some girls just want you to make them come and that's it. Like, bro, that's it. 5 minutes is okay for me as long as you get me satisfied. Because also, a lot of men thinks that satisfying a woman is all about how many hours you can go and how many rounds you can go. They don't actually think about pleasuring that woman. Okay, so they think if I can just smash for 40 to 1 hour, then I'm a boss, she's going to respect me. But bro, you could be doing all of those for 40 minutes and not do anything to her, and another bro could come for like 3 minutes and he's going to bust her brains. Okay, so it's not really about how long you can go, but it's about if you know what you're doing. All right, now before we go into that, we're going to quickly talk about premature ejaculation. Now, premature ejaculation is bad. If you have that, you have to go check. You have to go check yourself. You have to go to the hospital. You need to go fix yourself. Premature ejaculation is when you finish before even starting. Sometimes it could be the excitement, sometimes it could be because you have too much sugar in your body, sometimes it could even be alcohol in your system. Makes you, once you just go in, you come out and you are done. So if you know you fall into this category, then just make sure you go to the hospital first, go check yourself, and that might really help you. All right, so now when it comes to smashing duration, when it comes to how long a man should last in bed with his partner, like I said before, it boils down to you and your partner. You need to understand what your partner wants. You need to understand what your partner enjoys. And the duration itself is not, it does not include foreplay. It does not include the time you guys kiss, do orals and all of that, like you give head, you receive head. It does not include that. You don't calculate that in your duration calculation. What you're calculating is your time of penetration, like when you go in, how long it takes you to, and then you come out. That's what you're calculating. Because when I make videos like to tell you how you can last long in bed and all of that, I include foreplay. Foreplay buys you a lot of time. Okay, that's why I always tell you, when you want to please a woman, make sure you do foreplay a lot. Foreplay will give you like 30 minutes already, and this foreplay will be so banging that when you now finally want to do what you're supposed to do, it's going to help her finish quick, and she's going to enjoy it because you've been busting her brain with foreplay. All right, so that's why foreplay is very, very important. Don't just take a woman home and then you just go straight into doing the do. You're going to finish very short time, and she's going to call you a 2 minutes man because there was nothing, like you just went in and went out and all of that. So mostly you have to focus on foreplay, and when you want to calculate your duration, you're going to calculate your duration from the minute you enter to when you come out. Some studies were conducted by some sex therapists to help decide what time is ideal for a man to smash, and they came up with some very good numbers. Now, from all of the studies that were done, they came up with 3 minutes to about 7 minutes. To be fair, okay, 3 minutes to about 7 minutes. And like I said, this does not include foreplay. This does not include the time you kiss her, the time you use your fingers, the time you use your tongue and all of that. This does not include that time. Okay, this is the time of penetration to when you are done. That's the time that was calculated. So 3 minutes to 7 minutes was seen as fair, was seen as okay. Like, women did not really complain much about that kind of timing. So you see 2 minutes is actually bad because 2 minutes was not even considered at all. So 3 minutes to about 7 minutes was considered ideal. Okay, 7 minutes to 13 minutes was considered amazing. Let me not say perfect, let me say amazing. A lot of women said 7 minutes to 13 minutes is really what everybody wants, because On average, it will take a woman, because for women it's a bit harder to help her climax. So it's going to take a woman at least 7 to 10 minutes before she can have a very, very, very magical orgasm. So as a man, if you can stay from 7 minutes to around 30 minutes, there is a very high chance of you giving your woman a very mind-blowing orgasm before you finish yourself. Whereas 3 to 5 minutes, you might not really do it for her. You might do it for yourself, but you might not really do it for her. So if you're smashing a lady who doesn't really care about, some women don't really care about orgasm. I mean, it's not every time that people care about orgasm. Some people just really want to smash. So if you do it around 3 to 5 minutes and she likes you, she might not really bother, because it's going to be a good experience, but like you might not have given her orgasm, or you would have given her orgasm with all the foreplay, giving her head, using fingers. You might have satisfied her that way, and then you go in and do your things for 3 to 5 minutes. You see how you can balance it. So when you give her what she wants orally, you can go in and do what you want to do for 3 to 7 minutes, because it might be difficult for you, because I've said this before, a lot of women finds it very difficult to to reach climax during penetration. Because why? It takes a woman about 7 to 10 minutes to get to orgasm, to build it up. And for an average man, sometimes it takes you only 3 to 5 minutes to finish. So you might not even be able to get to 7 minutes to give her climax. That's why sometimes it's difficult to help her climax through penetration. That's why a lot of times we advise that you learn how to do oral. Okay, so if you can give her oral and she's done, she's satisfied with what she has experienced, and you go in for 3 to 5 minutes, she's not going to complain, because she's also done and she's also happy. All right, so normal 3 to 7 minutes, what women consider ideal, because it helps them reach orgasm, and it helps them more reach orgasm, is around 7 to 13 minutes, which women consider to be ideal. Then 13 minutes to about 30 minutes is, I don't know, a lot of people who want to do that. 30 minutes to 30 minutes is for gamers. I'm going to say gamers, because 30 minutes to 40 minutes is hard work, or 30 minutes to 30 or 40 minutes is hard work. But there were a lot of people also who voted for that time duration of penetration. Now, one time while I was in university, I had a friend who was dating a particular guy then in school, who boasted or bragged to her that he once had a marathon with a girl, and they went for several hours, and they were like, it was a competition to see who was going to get tired first. So I know some men are very capable to go for hours and hours, and like I said, communication is very important. If the girl you're doing marathon with is okay with the marathon, that means she's going to keep enjoying it. But anything after 13 minutes, if she's not even well lubricated, she's going to start feeling pain and discomfort, and she might not like what you're doing. Okay, for a lot of people who pay for these services of these ladies, I know sometimes you want to take all of your money, and she has no choice, because she has to enjoy it, because she also wants the money. But it doesn't really mean that she's enjoying what you're doing. So if it's a partner that you love, some days are different from other days. Some days maybe you and your partner want to go for multiple rounds for longer hours. That's understandable. But if you want to give your woman a very good smashing time in the other room, a very good 5 minutes to 13 minutes is going to be ideal. 3 minutes to 13 minutes is ideal, especially if you've done all of the foreplay and you've made her happy enough. And even if maybe somehow you're so good that you've given her orgasm already. So if you go in for 5 minutes, for 3 minutes to about 30 minutes, she's not going to have a lot of complaints to give, and she's not going to come out to call you a 2-minute noodle man. And also, it is important to note that with age, your performance is going to reduce. I'm sorry to tell you this if it's a bad news, but with age, your performance is going to reduce. So if as a young man, you're smashing for 15 minutes, the more you get older, you're going to start smashing for 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, and that's how it's going to keep dropping. Now, I know some older men will argue and say, oh no, I'm still kicking, I'm still doing all of this. But if you tell yourself the truth, you find that If before you can smash 3 girls in a day, now maybe you're only going to smash 1 girl in a day and you are done. Or if you used to carry a call girl all night, right now you just want to do it one time and sleep off. So with time, as you go older, all of this duration is going to drop. So if you're a younger person watching this, make sure you enjoy your time now before you're just left with, really being a 2-minute needle man. So what's the ideal time for smashing? What's the ideal duration that smashing should last? It should be any time from 3 minutes to 13 minutes, and anything more than that is just you doing extra and trying to show yourself. But we will agree to disagree, because I know a lot of you here are champions and you guys have ladies that are machine. Okay, but what's very important is foreplay, and make sure you don't joke at it when you're in the other room with your partner. So let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. I will be here to read all of your comments, and thank you so much for all of the follows and all of the likes. I will see you in my next video. Keep living life, keep being champs, and have an amazing week ahead. Bye for now. Mwah.